Across the station, we make information. You wait, we open up.
That's right, boys and girls, moms and dads. It's time for the Kidders. Hey, welcome back, all of you fans who watch us on a regular basis, and even those of you who are with us for the first time, and those of you who will never see this show.
I think that's all three.
That's not counting us. Not counting us. What the Kidders is three people get together every Monday afternoon to discuss the more relevant topics in the week's news, and they include all the way from Chicago, where she is in charge of all of the nuns and all of the fun. It's Vicky Quaddy.
Hello, how are you? Excellent to see you.
It's excellent to see everybody. And joining us from the great state of Indiana, where you can get just about anything at a store off the highway, the Aristotle of comedy, Mr. Tim Slagle.
As my uncle always said, you know summer's over because all the rest of the months end in burr.
Well, there you go. Very wise uncle that did that. Yeah, I'm sad to see summer go. Even sadder to the fact we have no holiday now to look forward to till Halloween. So it's a dearth of holidays coming up now. So if you can think,
there might be a holy day in between now and then, though.
Well, there's Columbus Day, but that doesn't really count. You know, the Italians like to think it's their St. Patrick's Day. No, not even close. You know.
Of course, on liberal arts campuses across the world, that's now known as Smallpox Blanket Day.
the bastard who killed off the natives Day. Speaking of killing off the natives, which this has absolutely nothing to do about, but we're going to start this week's discussion on stories in Mumbai, India. Mumbai, where a man was granted a divorce from his wife because she had an insatiable appetite for sex. Apparently, this guy said that she was adamant, aggressive, and stubborn. Who isn't, and had an insatiable and excessive desire for sex, forced him into having unnatural sex. Tim, what do you think?
That's the same exact complaint Tom Cruise had about Nicole Kidman. And Katie Holmes, coincidentally.
And the unnatural sex was there. You wear the high heels, and we'll be... Vicky, what do you think about Indian sex?
I think this woman was a twin, and I think this was some kind of a twin joke on this guy. And I bet twins do this all the time.
So you think there was two women involved, and they kept pestering this guy?
They just forced this guy to go nuts.
Okay, no pun intended there. All right, well, so much for that. But it seems to be I can't imagine anyone getting divorced for that over in this country. I can't imagine that ever happening over in this country. Once again, here we go to a different part of the globe. I believe this is over in England, where they are using ground-up crickets. Yes, crickets, to make super healthy, high-protein snack bars. The question is, would you eat a cricket?
They're great. They're great for fishing because you can also use them as bait.
Well, basically, they are bait. You know, why would you? It's like a sushi. That's bait to catch a bigger fish. Vicky, what do you think of the cricket problem that we currently are under?
You know, it's interesting. We spent millions of dollars every year with the Food and Drug Administration making sure that we don't have bugs in our food. And I think if they just switch to this, we can save half the staff of the FDA.
FDA warning, cricket flour may contain up to 1% wheat.
That's what they make them on. They grind them up into cricket flour, it says. And then, you know, I'm sorry, but making food out of cricket flour, isn't that like the way Soylent Green got started? But he said it's much better making it out of crickets because they can sell that better than making it out of dung beetles, most of whom are serving out their terms in Congress. All right. Tennessee State Fair. They had there one of them dunk booths, and they had a clown in the dunk booth, an obnoxious clown. They even had a sign that said, "This clown will make fun of you if you get too close." And apparently, the clown, they said, used some rather racially nasty terms towards a black couple that was there, and they fired the clown. Which it's a matter now of what are clowns allowed to say?
It's really a shame. The poor guy. I don't think there's any job lower than a dunk tank clown. I mean, he's the guy that all the rest of the carnies make fun of.
It's at the bottom of the clown scale. You know, like in the entertainment business, it would be appearing on Hollywood Squares. You know, it's the last step before you're out. Vicky, what do you think about the nasty clown? You know, that's the Catholic Church doesn't have any clowns. They have everybody else that dresses up, but they need clowns. I think they have saints, and we need clowns. What do you?
No. Here's what I think. You know, if you go to Las Vegas, you pay $100 a ticket to see Don Rickles, and he's going to do that same insult bit. So why is it okay in Las Vegas? It's not okay. And for the poor clown.
Exactly.
You know,
without the glory of the dunk tank, he's doing that. There's no dunk tank for Rickles. You know, it's to get him mad to throw balls and dunk the clown.
Nice arm, hockey puck.
Exactly. I actually had that job one time at a fair, and it's very cathartic because you can just say whatever you want to these people. All right, here's one more story. This one's not about a cricket. It's about a dog, a 3-year-old Great Dane dog up in Portland, Oregon. And he wasn't feeling well, feeling rather sick, and they took him to the doctor, and they took an x-ray. They found that the dog had in his stomach 43 1/2 socks. The dog ate 43 1/2 socks, and they were sticking in his stomach. What do you think, Tim?
Wasn't that the name of the White House cat?
43 1/2 was another secret number apparently in the White House.
43 socks? I don't own 43 socks. You know, you think the owners would have noticed at some time that they were walking around barefoot. Or that maybe there were piles of brown sweaters in the backyard.
Very sad to say, but I do own 43 socks, and this is what they look like. This is 43, and on the bottom there, that's the half a sock. But this is 43 socks.
I don't think you've got a matched pair in that bundle, Dale.
I'm sorry, what?
That looks like your single sock pile, because I don't think I saw a matched pair in that bundle.
But in the winter, you double them up, and nobody knows. Vicky, have you ever had a pet that ate your laundry?
Oh my God, no! But now I think that laundromats across the country are going to be demanding an apology for all the people who thought the dryers were eating their socks. So.
Exactly. All this year the dryer's been getting all the blame, and it's just not fair because the dryers we know incinerate the socks, and that's where that lint comes from. And they said here was one more stranger thing than that they found inside an animal's stomach an exotic frog that ate more than 30 small ornamental rocks from its cage. It's a Mark Twain story. This guy was trying to win a contest. All right, one last question before we let you go. This has been a bad summer for Hollywood because, well, they've been producing crap and nobody's been going to see it. So what can Hollywood do to draw you back into the movies? Tim?
How about just making a movie that isn't a remake or involves a guy wearing his underwear on the outside of his pants?
Yeah.
Pretty much all they make anymore.
Exactly. Or, what's his name from Anchorman, who was, the actor's not coming to me.
Will Ferrell?
Will Ferrell. I don't think he's ever made a movie where he wasn't in his underpants sometime during that movie. You look at his entire list of things, and it's always in his under. What do you think, Vicky, about can Hollywood do to make you come back?
More movies starring Bill Murray.
That's all it would take?
I
Vicky?
guess so.
That's all it takes for me. I love Chicago Boy. I love that
Like
Bill Murray.
cowbell, you always need a little
There's
more.
Bill Murray in there.
I want to be able to buy a box of popcorn that's smaller than this, okay? I got a hat in there, too. Guess it's laundry day. That's all we have for you for this week's Funnies. But
More
darn it, you
beer.
laughed, didn't you, folks? You really did laugh. And that's what it's all about. We need to laugh more. Anybody have anything to say before we end this puppy?
TimSlagle.com, right at the bottom.
TimSlagle.com. Vicky, how about you?
Nunsforfun.com, and you can find me every weekend at the Royal George Theater in Chicago.
Okay, and every Friday I publish the Friday Funnies, which you can get at DaleIrvin.com. It's not on the screen there. Just add a .com and close the space between the two words. Thank you very much for joining us, and now we'll cue the exit music. There we go. That's our exit music. So please let us know why you like the Kidders and pass it on to others. Good night.